Our next story comes from the United States, where President Biden has dissuaded the Israeli leader Benjamin Netanyahu from moving forward with his proposed judicial reforms. Netanyahu has fired back and escalated that dispute with America. Let's get you the details. Benjamin Netanyahu has responded to Joe Biden's criticism of the controversial judicial reforms, saying that he will reject any pressure from the White House. The statement from Netanyahu coming after Biden said that he will not invite Netanyahu to the White House in the near term. He followed this up with a rebuke of Netanyahu's judicial reforms, the same reforms, remember, which sparked mass protests in Israel. Biden has shown great concern for the people of Israel, saying that Netanyahu cannot continue down this road. He also urged the Israeli leader to work out a genuine compromise and emphasized that he should simply walk away. Listen in.
Like many strong supporters of Israel, I'm very concerned. And I'm concerned that they get this straight. They cannot continue down this road. And I've sort of made that clear. Hopefully the Prime Minister will act in a way that he will try to work out some genuine compromise, but that remains to be seen.
Netanyahu has, of course, not taken that criticism well. He has justified his actions by saying that Israel is a sovereign country which does not take its decisions based on pressures from abroad, especially from its best friends. The Israeli Prime Minister has also spoken about the pause taken regarding the judicial reforms.
I think that balance can be achieved. And that's why I've promoted a pause that now enables both the opposition and the coalition to sit down and try to achieve a broad national consensus to achieve both goals. And I believe this is possible. We're now engaged in exactly this conversation.
So how exactly will this war of words between the two leaders impact the relationship between the two sides? Israel's former Premier Yair Lapid has explicitly said that Netanyahu's moves have ruined the relationship between the two countries. Lapid has shown his concern, saying that Netanyahu's extreme government has ruined ties with America in just 3 months. And let's remind you, this is after Israel remained America's closest ally for decades. Netanyahu's government's attempts, meanwhile, to weaken the power of the country's courts has led to an eruption of anger, and within some communities in the US as well. It looks like Netanyahu's delay as far as the judicial reforms is concerned is not enough for the protesters. Critics saying Netanyahu is simply delaying the judicial reforms because of the ongoing corruption trial. And Netanyahu, on the other hand, has denied such claims. Many Israelis might be supporting Biden's words. At this moment, as many critics can see through Netanyahu's words, they are calling the leader's moves a fundamental threat to the country's checks and balances. The reforms are capable of evaporating minority protection, foster corruption, and damage the economy, they say. But the leader is not backing down. He has announced forming a national guard under Gambhir's control. Critics say that Netanyahu is going to create a militia which will endanger Israeli citizens, particularly the protesters. But it looks like the demonstrators have America's president on their side, at least for now. But will Netanyahu still go about wreaking havoc as far as the country's democracy is concerned, or will he change his demeanor towards his own country? WION now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the updates on the move.